Hi guys, and welcome back to Saving Schalke. This is episode 18. Today we are going to be playing against Frieburg in the league, followed by our first knockout round game against Sporting Lisbon. If you do enjoy this episode, guys, make sure you like and subscribe. Check the Instagram out in the description as well and share amongst all of your friends. But since the last episode against Hertha Berlin away, where we lost 2-1, we went on to beat Dortmund 5-1 at home, so a fantastic result. Then beat Leverkusen 2-0 away from home, Leipzig 3-1 at home. Then we got revenge on Hertha Berlin by beating them 6-1 in the Pokal third round. And then we've more recently beat St. Pauli 4-0 in the league. So as you can see that we are scoring tons of goals, we are in fantastic form. And this currently leaves us second in the league, with 3 points ahead of Dortmund, currently sat in third. Frieburg sat in fourth, who we play later on today, 8 points behind us, and we are 14 points behind Bayern Munich, who currently sit in first. So it does look like Bayern Munich are going to win the league, but it's good to be up there and somewhat challenging in the Champions League still. Obviously, we're now in mid-February. We didn't make any transfers in the January transfer window. We did look for a few players, made a few inquiries, but some of them were far too expensive for us. We only had £13 million. They just weren't sort of up to the quality that we were looking for. But like I was saying, we've got this game against Frieburg today, who currently sit in fourth position. We have been in really good form. I'll bring Sane onto the bench as well. So this is a side that I've been going for. I've been giving Ransford Yeboah a run up front because we've also promised him that we would. And more recently, I've been giving Malik a run out as well because I promised him to give him more game time. But he's going to be injured for this first game. Might be back for the second game. I'm not too sure. So we're going into this game with Georgie in goal, Kalulu right back, Kevin, Saliba and Regari the back line. Noble is coming in as Mariba is currently suspended for this game. Next to Scott, Demir, Cunha, Harvey Elliott and Ransford Yeboah out front. Obviously we've got Sesko, who has started to score more recently, so the tactical changes have come in handy to him. But we'll just jump straight into this game against Frieburg. If you think about Frieburg, you don't really say that they would be fighting for the Champions League spots. So it's quite interesting to see that they're up there this year. They've only got a handful of players that I know, like Paslak, Eggestein, and that is it. So realistically, we should be getting a win over Frieburg today. And hopefully we can continue this form and follow that by a victory in this game and then later on against Sporting Lisbon. But let's just head straight into it now. So Paslak has a throw in here, plays it to a centre-back who loses it to Cunha and plays it across to Ransford Yeboah, but he misses a glorious chance as the keeper makes a big save, and Frieburg look like they're going to try and counter us here with our players out of position. We're holding them up on the left-hand side here, but they do get the ball in. It's over everyone's head, but they will win the second ball here. Tried to play it back, but Elliott gets in the way and wins the ball back for us. But sloppily gives the ball straight back to them, and they're straight back at our defenders. Looks like they're going to get a cross in here, which they do. We win the header, and Cunha picks it up, driving forward with it now. Plays it forward to Ransford Yeboah. Driving down our left hand side, ball comes in, but it's straight into the keeper's arms. So disappointing that. Early chance there for Schalke. Corner here, Regari's going to swing it in. Kevin looks like he's won the header and it goes in. So it's 1-0 Schalke just after 11 minutes. Fantastic corner in by Regari, and Kevin leaps above everyone and puts it into the back of the net there. Regari has got an early yellow card, so it could be a worry coming into the late embers of the game later on with him being on that yellow card, but a fantastic, well-worked corner there to put us 1-0 up. Throw in here for Frieburg, but they wastefully give it away to Kalulu, who plays it up to Demir, driving forward with it. Cunha has taken a knock, but I think he can get to half-time, and at half-time I'll make a substitution to take him off. And speaking of Cunha, he has a fantastic chance there as the keeper palms away Demir's cross/shot, and he has an empty goal, but it's blocked. Noble with the corner in, we can't win the header and they clear it. Georgie with a goal kick here, plays it out on the right hand side to Kalulu, into Kevin, up to Demir. He's just driving forward with it. Unfortunately, he gets tackled by Eggstein, and they play it over the top to Griffo, but it looks like Kevin's going to win that and recover quite nicely. But he looks forward to Ransford Yeboah, but it's a wayward hit forward and they win the ball back here. And they're just playing it in their midfield, keeping the ball quite nicely, finding pockets of space. We do look like we're pressuring them slightly here. And we force it back to their goalkeeper, who has to play it long, and it goes straight to Kalulu and he plays it forward to Demir, looking to beat his man on the right hand side. Just keeps on driving with it. Cross comes in, keeper palms it away, Ransford Yeboah onto Elliott, back to Regari. Is someone going to hit this? And Regari does, but it gets a block in and it falls to their striker, who's going to look to turn and run here. But Kevin's closing him down, makes a challenge and makes a fantastic second challenge to win the ball back. And following that, Cunha's got the ball here, looking to beat his man on the right hand side, plays the ball in, over to Elliott, and I think the keeper saves, and it rebounds off Ransford Yeboah or something along those lines, but he was stood in an offside position, so it's a goal kick to Frieburg. Scott wins the ball here after a fantastic challenge by Mark Noble. Ransford Yeboah looks to slot in Yusuf Demir, one-on-one with the goalkeeper, has a shot, but it's a very tame effort and the keeper gets down low to save. Looks like we're going to have a throw in here with Kalulu into Cunha, who plays it straight across to Harvey Elliott, who has a shot and it goes into the back of the net. They look like they're calling for an offside or something along those lines. I'm not too sure why. I think they're calling Elliott to be offside, Harvey Elliott. It's going to VAR though, and VAR will come back and say it's a goal, I believe. So Cunha plays a fantastic low-driven ball over and Elliott just sticks it into the top right-hand corner. Keeper's got no chance there. And here we'll see the offside call. So they were calling for Harvey Elliott to be offside, but he was quite a way onside, so no worries about that. But as you can see, we're coming up to half-time here. Even if you look at the stats, it's been a one-sided game here at home against Frieburg. We've had 16 shots to their 4, with an XG of 2.52 to their 0.18. So realistically, we go into this half-time with a deserved lead. I will say that I want to see, I'm happy with the performance and keep going. I'm also going to make that change for Cunha, who picked up an early knock, and I'm going to bring on Michael Muller to try and continue his development. He is a very good youngster, so let's hope he can continue this in this game and potentially even get on the score sheet. Coming up to an hour gone in the game, as you can see, Kevin is absolutely shattered, so I'm going to take him off. I'm going to bring on Ardy in the centre-back role. I think he's a youngster. Yeah, relatively young. Obviously, he needs some game time, so I'm going to give it to him here and see if he can sort of keep that clean sheet next to Saliba. Corner here, Regari's going to swing it in just after the substitution has been made, and Ardy picks the seconds up, puts the ball back in. Regari, and is going to win the thirds now. Driving forward with it, looks to play over the top for Ransford Yeboah, but they cleared their lines and look like they could be on a break. One-on-one with the goalkeeper here. Georgie makes a fantastic save, makes himself very large in goal, and then just dives to his right hand side where their striker places the ball and he tips it wide for a corner. And Griffo's going to take the corner here for Frieburg, and we comfortably cleared that away, only as far as Eggestein, but that is the end of the highlight there. Throw in here for Frieburg, but once again, sloppily they give it away to Kalulu, who nods it forward to Michael Müller, who looks like he lost it to Paslak, but wins the challenge, but it falls just to their centre-back, and they play it forward to Zhong over on the right-hand side. Gets the ball in. Griffo has an effort, but Georgie comfortably saves that in goal. And following that, you've got their centre-back going to play it back to their goalkeeper. We're pressing quite high, so their goalkeeper has to play it long. Saliba's going to win the ball here comfortably, just brings the ball down, driving out to the right-hand side and plays it out to Kalulu. Up to Demir, and plays a lovely ball into Ransford Jeboa, one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and he puts it into the back of the net to make it 3-0 to Schalke. That was a fantastic ball by Demir over the top of their defence. Ransford Jeboa brings it down so comfortably on the run, and just takes one touch and slots it past the goalkeeper here. Fantastic finish into the top right hand corner as well, and he goes away celebrating, so something you love to see. And they've got a free kick here with Griffo. Ball comes in, they win the header and they nod it in and make it 3-1. So disappointing to not be able to keep a clean sheet, but our defenders are appealing that he was offside. Unfortunately, I don't think he was offside. It is going to VAR and the goal has been given. So disappointed to concede that goal here. Ball just comes in, nodded at the front post, over everyone's head, over Georgie in goal, and to make it 3-1 to Schalke. But yes, it was quite a distance onside, so nothing to complain about there. So the game is coming up to the full-time whistle with 4 minutes of additional time left to play. We've been the dominant side in this game today, and the result has truly shown that by beating them 3-1. It puts us 11 points behind Bayern Munich, but they do have a game in hand, and we are now 6 points ahead of Borussia Dortmund, but they also do have a game in hand as well. But it's something that you can't complain about. We're currently sat in second in the league, and our next game is against Sporting Lisbon in the Champions League, so let's just see how we get on against them now. We've arrived at this Wednesday night fixture in Lisbon in the Champions League, against Sporting Lisbon obviously. Before we get into that, I've got a bit of news to bring you. So in the most recent game for Dortmund, they're keeping on our tails by a 2-0 victory against Eintracht Frankfurt. However, Bayern Munich have dropped some points against Mainz, so we're still 12 points behind them, so that's 4 victories that we need to get over them. However, it's going to be a tough ask, but if they keep on dropping points, you never know what could happen in the near future. To further this, we've got a few injuries and suspensions to deal with. So I will look to bring back in Malik next to Saliba. I know he's not 100% fit, but we need that strong defence. Mariba will also come in as a deep line playmaker, and I'll just look to bring in Blanco next to him. I know Blanco's a very capable player. And finally, we'll bring in Michael Müller to play in that centre attacking mid role. We'll also play Sesko tonight. I think it's a necessity to have as strong of a side as possible, and that has ultimately meant that we've dropped Ransford Jeboa. But going into this side today, we've got Georgie in goal, Kalulu, Malik, Saliba, Regari, Mariba, Blanco, Demir, Müller, Elliott, and Sesko. So I'm not quite sure how they would line up. Hopefully they don't have that strong of a side. Let's just have a quick look and see if there's any names in their side that I do recognise. So you've got Rico, that I recognise. Good, Renan Lodi, very good left back. Ugarte, he's a fantastic centre defensive mid. Hector Herrera, Riyad Mahrez. I'm not too sure whether that's the Oscar that played for Chelsea? I don't think so. Mateta, fantastic French striker. They've got Lo Celso on the bench. This Selic as well, I recognise him, but I don't know where from. So they do have quite a strong side, and we're away from home here. Realistically, we need to be at least getting a draw away from home. They've been on fantastic form with 5 wins from 5, but I think we are the exact same. We're currently 5 wins from 5. Ultimately, we've had to rotate slightly tonight, so let's hope with the slightly rotated side we can get the victory. Demir plays it forward to Harvey Elliott. Early stages of the game here. Demir has a long-range effort from quite a way out, and it troubles Rico, to be fair, and he pushes it out for a corner. So that corner will be put in by Regari on our right-hand side. Malik wins the header, but it's just over the bar, so it's a goal kick to Sporting Lisbon. But from that opening exchange, it does look like we could be quite threatening. Throw in here 20 minutes into the game with Regari, plays it into Mariba, who looks to find Sesko, but their centre-back wins the header and nods it back to the keeper. Sesko looks a bit isolated against their 3 centre-backs, so hopefully the likes of Harvey Elliott and Demir can join in the attack and get beyond their wing-backs. But their wing-back is quite high up here and looks to play it back to Mahrez, who we all know has a wonderful left foot, and he plays it over to Oscar on the left hand side, back to Renan Lodi. Looks to beat Kalulu here, but plays it back to Herrera, slots it back, and Regari luckily clears it off the line. So that was a lucky escape there for Schalke. Just before half time, Lodi has a throw in, plays it back to their centre back. And they play it nicely over to their central centre-back, who plays it forward to Hector Herrera, who's got time on the ball but plays it back to them. They are keeping the ball quite nicely, but Kalulu intercepts are fantastic. And you've got Demir in front of you. He finds him one-on-one with the goalkeeper, has a shot, but the keepers get down to save it. Elliott wins the seconds, and they come in with a very strong challenge there. And he looks to clear it away up to Mahrez. So that wasn't a penalty there. It was a very strong but fair challenge, and Saliba wins it back from Mateta. Plays it up to Michael Müller, who has a fantastic shot, and it's just past the post. So coming into half time, it's been quite an even game. Both sides have had a few chances. They've dominated on possession. As you can see, they've got 62% possession coming into half time. But as long as we get a draw in the away fixture, that's all that we can ask for. But I will go into the dressing room saying I'm a little disappointed and expect to see something different in the second half. So let's just see what they can bring in this second half. So coming up to an hour in the second half, Regari has taken a slight knock early on in the second half. I'll look to bring on Luca Campanale, push Kalulu over to the left hand side and just slot Campanale in the right back position. I'll also look to bring off Harvey Elliott and bring on Rasic on the left hand side. Elliott hasn't really had a good game. I know Rasic isn't the ideal player to come on, but let's see if he can make any difference at all. Like I said, I will take a draw from this game. It's away from home in Lisbon. All we have to do, if we do come away with that draw, is to get something from the home fixture. But yes, it's been quite a tight affair so far today. Quite even in terms of shots. And with 20 minutes to go, I'm going to bring on Ransford Jaboa for Sesko, see if he can make any difference up front. But yeah, like I was saying, it's been quite a tight affair here. No side has looked like they've deserved to win the game. I think at the end of the day, if nothing changes in the next 20 minutes, it's a fair result for a draw in this first leg. Malik with a free kick here up to Demir, plays it back to Mariba. We've got men over here with Luca Campanale. Tries to play a ball in, but they easily clear. But Sporting Lisbon don't have anyone up there to challenge our centre-backs. So Malik drives forward and plays it into Mariba, to Blanco, Ransford Jaboa, Rasic one-on-one with the goalkeeper. a strong shot, but Rico is strong enough to it and makes a save to keep it at 0-0. That was a fantastic chance for Rasic there. And speaking of Rasic, he takes a corner, but Hector Herrera looks to win that, and he does, and nods it up towards Santos. But Muller wins it back first, and Santos knocks it out for a throw-in. Coming up to the last few moments, we've got a free kick just on the edge of the area. Demir's going to take it, has a shot, and it's just wide of the post. I thought that was going to hit the back of the net. But like I was saying earlier, very even game. Draw realistically is a fair result. But it looks like that we could have a final highlight here with Rasic taking the corner in. We win the header, but it's far wide of the post. Didn't trouble Rico in goal at all, and that looks like it's going to be it for the game. So like I was saying, fair result, 0-0. Both teams had good chances in the game, so it's all coming down to this second leg. Let's hope that we've got a few of our stronger players back in the side for the second leg. I will come back for that, obviously. I'll come back for that will be the next game, the first game in next episode, and then I'll play the Borussia Mönchengladbach in the second game of the episode. But if you did enjoy, guys, make sure you hit the like and subscribe. Check the Instagram down below, like I said earlier, and share amongst all of your friends. And apart from that, I'll see you in next episode.